Books. You just love them, don't you? So many stories hidden beneath a cover. The smell of it. Ah, and don't you just love shopping for them? One of my favorite things to ever do, even now, is go book shopping. Next to getting my toes deep in the sand. And one of my favorite bookstores to shop at, before the rise of Barnes and Nobles overtaking each and every bookstore I love, was Borders. Borders was an American bookstore that I was able to shop at a mall. It was a nice, good retreat for when my feet felt very tired. There was ultra comfy chairs that actually felt a bit like my grandma's couch. And the books were endless. It was like my own little reading oasis. But one thing that always crossed my mind is, why is there Barnes and Nobles but no Borders? Hi, my name's Mana, and I love read. Borders was originally a bookstore that was founded in Ann Arbor, Michigan in 1971 by two brothers in their undergrad and graduate years of U of M, Tom and Louis Borders. In 1985, a second location had opened in Beverly Hills and was open to the masses of book readers. Over time, as the first store had changed over to another store and was named the flagship. So, meanwhile, the time in 1992, Kmart had literally bought out Borders to merge with Walden Books due to buying the company about 8 years prior. The whole point of it was they used Borders senior management to go drag Walden Books out of the fire. Walden Books wasn't really doing good at the time. So honestly, this seemed like a really good key strategy at the time. What they didn't account for was the senior management leaving from Borders. So you just got yourself in more hot water, I think. I don't know how finances go. All I know is that if you bought something to take out another company out of hot water, that senior manager of that company just start quitting, that don't seem really good. I don't know, man. Don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger or a researcher. Don't know what the word to use. But, it was to no avail. So it made it hard to really compete with Barnes and Nobles and Crown Books. So about 3 years later, in about 1995, Kmart had spun off Borders to do a whole renaming to Borders Walden Group for the stock. But then they just changed it to Borders Groups. In 1997, the first international Borders was opened in Singapore. In Willock Place, Orchard Road, it had 32,000 square feet at the time and was the largest bookstore there as well. Soon, a total of 41 other stores were opened across the world, residing within Ireland, Australia, the UK, and even New Zealand. Britain was also able to join in on the fun when 35 books and etc. stores from Philip and Joseph had bought it. And by 2003 alone, Borders had 1,249 bookstores open, using the Border and Walden Books names respectively. That's a lot of books. Imagine. I mean, it don't have nothing on audiobooks, so I just don't like Borders. As years went on, business grew and new changes were implemented. A franchise store in April of 2006, located in Berjaya Times Square, Malaysia, had opened. With the help of Berjaya Books, I don't know how to pronounce the rest. I really think that acronyms kind of stands for company, but also please let me know if I'm mispronouncing any of these words. I apologize. It was the biggest Borders location with 6,000 square feet alone. But it soon was changed due to one level of the store just having to be closed, which is fair. It don't state what was the biggest Borders at the time, though. Ugh. 2 months later, two more, I mean, two more had later opened on in the Curve Matara Dasara and Queens Bay, Mali, Penang. In September 2007, 42 of the Borders and 28 of the Books and Centric stores in the UK and Ireland were sold for about 20 million quid to the Risk Capital Partners, a private equity group. In 2008, Borders had opened 14 different concept stores nationwide in America. It had included a digital center, which had an arrangement of appliances such as MP3 players, digital photo frames, and the Sony Reader. There were select stores in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas, Nevada, Panama City Beach, Florida, Noblesville, Indiana, Moroville, Pennsylvania, and last but not least, and last to open, Alameda, California. If you remember seeing things such as Ripple Networks, you may have Borders to thanks for that, since they had a digital video monitors in select locations that showed special programs sponsored from there, as well as news, sports, and other financial information as well. To top off the hat, they also had launched Borders Reward, a free customers appreciation program that gave discounts and store credit with no fee at all. It was a very stark contrast to Barnes and Noble's pay membership, which only gave discounts at the time. To also give the cherry on top, Borders had gave free Wi-Fi from Verizon in September, which was definitely a contrast to the fee that you used to have to pay for if you wish to connect. Why did Borders shut down? Well, there was a multitude of reasons. One, as the economy was going down, more and more concept stores were being pushed, which really wasn't the best of agendas. The point of Borders was the fact that it was a bookstore. You were supposed to be able to know it was a bookstore. It wasn't supposed to be marketed as Best Buy or so. Another problem was the fact that many of the books that you could start being able to buy at Borders, you could start finding that it was paperbacks at Costco for cheaper. Another thing as well was the fact that Borders may have definitely jumped on giving internet and other things a bit too late, along with supplying the ebooks. But to be fair, it's supposed to be a proper cute little bookstore with its own niche collection of books. But as time went on and as many people start, trading and buying and selling and such, it just lost its spark. People that began getting control over Borders weren't book readers like that. And because they weren't book readers, they betrayed Borders, I would like to say. Because Borders was supposed to be the resting spot for a librarian at heart. So the things that I really liked about Borders, especially with their book collection, was the fact that I was able to find manga there. It was my first exposure. I had gotten the Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume 1. It was just Yu-Gi-Oh! It wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! X. It wasn't even like the Battle City Yu-Gi-Oh! I forgot what was the name of that one in the manga. It wasn't even Puzzle. It was just the first volume of Yu-Gi-Oh! There was many other like manga. I remember seeing Yu Yu Hakusho, but also my love, my pride, the core of my life. And I was able to get so many books, and they even had like the special magnet, like collectible pieces. Um, I really miss old school American Girl. One interesting thing I have found with this video was the fact that the borders that were actual international lasted a few more years than the ones in the US. I thought that was pretty cool. Man, if I was able to travel, if I wasn't a teenager, I would have went to the last borders and went and got a book. Hello, Amana. As you can see, this video took a really long time for me to edit. You see, my hair is like all puffed out of its low puffs. I had to let them breathe. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please. It would really help me out. And if you want me to do more videos like this, let me know. I'm thinking about live streaming me playing Omori, so please stay tuned for that. And other than that, thank you so much for helping me hit 20 subscribers. I'm so happy. I didn't even think I would make it this far. I can't believe it. It's only because I have the support of you. Thank you so much. Jane.